From KTTC, your weather authority, this is KTTC News at 10.
I'm leaving Minnesota more inspired than ever.
Vice President Mike Pence lands in the Med-City around noon today, makes his way back to Washington then around 5 o'clock, saying his biggest takeaway from today, hope for the country as he sees Minnesota come together to battle COVID-19.
The vice president said he appreciates Mayo's leadership, being on the front lines of COVID-19 and slowing the spread. He said today was about recognizing those 39,000 Mayo healthcare workers. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. Our team coverage of Vice President Mike Pence's visit to Rochester continues.
We are answering the big questions tonight after hearing from the vice president. He discussed much more than health care, such as how ag businesses will survive. And we also listened in on a roundtable discussion on how best to continue the battle against COVID-19. But first, something you will only see here on KTTC.
Our Uba Ali got a one-on-one interview with the VP today, where the #1 question that continues to come up got answered. Why wasn't he wearing a mask? Take a listen.
Why aren't you wearing a mask today, Vice President?
Oh, certainly. Well, with regard to wearing a mask, I'm tested on a regular basis. And when the CDC issued mask guidelines, it was to make sure that people that have contracted the coronavirus and may not have symptoms wouldn't unintentionally convey it to others. And so the fact that I'm tested regularly and people around me are all tested regularly, I knew that was not a risk for me. And I wanted to be here to really say thank you and to look people in the eye and make sure they know just how grateful not just the president and I are for their dedication, but that really every American is grateful for every healthcare worker in this country.
After touring Mayo Clinic's facilities, how do you see Mayo playing a huge role, not just domestically, but worldwide?
Well, Mayo Clinic is obviously an internationally known health institution, but the partnership that Mayo Clinic and University of Minnesota have forged with Governor Walz is truly inspiring. And to see them scale the kind of new tests, the antibody tests, the molecular tests that could make 20,000 tests a day available to the people of Minnesota, but literally could be developed into millions of tests for people all across this country, is a real testament to this extraordinary institution. And it's a testament to the 39,000 people that come to work at Mayo Clinic every day.
All right. And what does opening the American economy look like with the help of Mayo and other leading institutions?
Well, President Trump unveiled our guidelines for opening up America again about a week and a half ago. And here you see in Minnesota, Governor Walz is taking that guidance and building a plan for the people of Minnesota. And I understand he's going to be announcing some initial steps forward. More than 25 states have already announced their plans. And our purpose from the White House Coronavirus Task Force is to give the very best counsel to governors, but to respect the decisions that are made by governors and local health officials to move forward. But we recognize that, America works.
That was just a snippet of Uba's exclusive one-on-one interview with the vice president. To see the interview in its entirety, go to KTTC.com.
And as for what Mayo Clinic had to say about the vice president not wearing that mask during his visit, the clinic tweeted this today, which says that Mayo Clinic did inform VP of the masking policy prior to his arrival today. The tweet was later deleted. Another big question for many, how to keep food supplies up. Today, the president has invoked an executive order which includes the Defense Production Act.
This deems meat processing plants as critical infrastructure to keep food supplies strong and prevent shortages at grocery stores. Our Zach Fuller has more on what has led up to this decision. Zach.
Tom and Caitlin, this is a story that just continues to unfold. And as Trump signs the order earlier this evening, we look back at how we got here. Governor Kim Reynolds of Iowa highlighted why it's important to keep meat processing plants open, even at half capacity.
But even if it's at 50% capacity, it's important because this isn't like a regular facility where you shut it down for 2 weeks. We have farmers that are raising hogs. We are the largest hog producer in the country. We provide a third of the nation's pork supply. It's about 25 million a year.
With several plants shut down in Iowa, Minnesota, and South Dakota, ag officials are worried about what's next.
There just simply will be too many animals, hogs, and chickens to handle despite our efforts, and we will be needing to euthanize some animals.
Vice President Mike Pence detailed new guidance that processing plants can look into during his Mayo Clinic visit.
The food supply in America is strong, but this weekend, given some issues that had developed at a few meatpacking plants around the country and some concern at others, we had CDC issue new guidance for meatpacking plants to make it clear how they can be able to safely operate.
Pence also recognized the efforts by everyone in the food chain, from farmers to grocers.
The debt the American people owe, from the farm to the grocery store, for all of those that have been working in our food supply throughout the course of the coronavirus epidemic, is incalculable. I mean, literally, our farmers coming to work every day with the crops, with the livestock, our producers, our distributors, our meat packers, and then incredible people working in grocery store lines every day, keeping the shelves stocked.
The United Food and Commercial Workers International Union is concerned about the 20 U.S. food processing and meatpacking employees that have died of coronavirus, saying that the country can't have a secure food supply unless the workers are kept safe. Reporting live in the studio, Zach Fuller, KTTC News.
All right, thank you very much, Zach. Well, let's get a check on that weather. Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen joins us from home. And overcast, kind of dreary Tuesday, Nick.
Yeah, we dealt with the dreary type conditions. This morning we had some moderate rainfall in some isolated areas. This afternoon and evening a little bit quieter, but it's been windy so far tonight. We'll check in on future track radar to see if we have any rainfall on the way through the overnight hours. I do think we could have some light sprinkles, some drizzly conditions into early Wednesday morning, but not widespread rain expected for tonight. So we get a wider view here on future track radar, and heavy showers well off to our east, impacting Milwaukee through Chicago, and then some light showers off to the west of I-35. So pretty quiet as of now in southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa. I think really overnight, no accumulating rainfall is really likely. As we check in on our Lucinata live camera, those temperatures remain in the mid to upper 40s. We're at 47 degrees in Rochester with some overcast skies. Temperatures across southeast Minnesota, northeast Iowa, still 50 in Mason City, 48 in Carrasco. Wind speeds out of the north to the north-northwest, anywhere from about 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll deal with windy conditions as we head towards tomorrow. Some scattered shower chances, very light showers early in the morning, and then dry conditions in the afternoon. We might even be able to get some sunshine. If we can have some sunny skies late in the afternoon, could bump temperatures up into the upper 50s. So we'll track that out. Going up your Weather Authority forecast. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Nick. Well, following his Mayo Clinic tour, the Vice President took part in a roundtable discussion with Governor Tim Walz, Congressman Jim Hagedorn, and Mayo Clinic leaders. The Vice President discussed the Mayo Clinic's efforts in the fight against coronavirus. Our Maria Bray listened in on what that discussion was all about, and what did you learn?
Tom, Vice President Pence is grateful for the hard work Minnesota has put in to fight this virus and slowing down the curve statewide. The vice president took some time to thank workers on the front lines in the coronavirus threat.
First and foremost, for the extraordinary work of healers that you do every day, year-round. It's an inspiration to be here today.
Pence also praised efforts to combat COVID-19 across Minnesota by residents and leaders alike.
But, Governor, the fact that you've made the progress that you've made, that the impacts here in Minnesota have been at the level that they've been is a testament to the people of Minnesota, to the fact that they have embraced the guidelines that you've issued, that we've issued at the federal level, and so they have our congratulations and our thanks.
While Minnesota is heading in the right direction, Pence is also recognizing those who've lost and suffered from the pandemic.
We see the great progress here in Minnesota. We certainly grieve the loss of more than 300 Minnesotans. Those families are in our prayers and have our deepest sympathies. And our hearts are also with those who are continuing to struggle with the coronavirus. But
Vice President Pence returned back to Washington, D.C. this afternoon. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Maria Bray, KTTC News.
Thank you very much, Kamaria. Preparing to get back to business in Iowa, what Governor Kim Reynolds is saying about communities pulling together to help one another.
Plus, how leaders in Minnesota are looking for certain milestones before more opens up here. The latest coming up.